Now watch this. This is a cool thing here.
Hey, watch out! You're gonna get really hurt. I can't watch this. I'm disabling the lasers. There. Be careful, okay? I'm sorry. It's my fault. You got hurt. I didn't explain the lasers well enough, and if I hadn't delayed using my hacking skills, I mean, sorry.
Okay, so we can't actually go back and die to him, though. I was curious about that. You can, in fact, die to the lasers. And, of course, here's the first major hint, if you didn't catch it in the Metaton question, that Alphys, or Undyne and Alphys, both like each other. I don't think this is gonna do anything, but we gotta try it, right? We have found things approximately as nonsensical as this being effective. And honestly, the existence of Undertale almost makes me not want to make a video game, because it does a lot of what I would be interested in doing in a video game, and it does it better than I would have. One of the things I love more than anything, basically, in a video game is when it heavily adjusts for your decisions being unusual. The accounting for the 10% or the 1% of players that actually try the weird enough thing, and the game actually recognizes that you're doing that weird thing, and that's something I've always just really loved in games. So Undertale is a game that does that better than every other game ever made.
Another laser, huh? I'm sorry. I won't play around this time. Hold on a second.
Right, yep, so that does in fact change the text, yep. One thing that is really good that keeps the gameplay interesting in this is just how often it changes. Like, almost every boss fight is significantly different in feel. You got Papyrus that you're blue and you're bouncing over stuff. You got Undyne that you're green and you're like turning around to block incoming arrows from four sides, and almost feels more like a rhythm game. You got frickin' Muffet where you're on this web and then you're dodging up and down, and then suddenly you got this next mode where it extends way up and you gotta like dodge left and right as the thing's gradually going down, and that feels amazing. That's amazing feeling the first time you do it. This isn't a show about washing your hands, darling. That's on Wednesdays. I love the force fields too. As per culinary standard, a death force field surrounds the kitchen. Like, I wonder if you can just not do anything long enough that something else happens. Oh yes! MTT bread ovens can reach temperatures up to 9,000 degrees! Roasting, toasting, burning, charring! You're excited, aren't you, darling? TM. Milk? Eggs? In the fridge? No way, darling! They'd get cold! Metaton brand microwave. Origin of the Metaton challenge. Put your food in and set the microwave on high for 5 minutes. If you can still recognize your meal, we'll double your money back. Wait a magnificent moment. We're missing the most important ingredient. A human soul! I feel like I gotta mention that one just because wait a magnificent moment is, like, has a really good, like, flavor to it, I guess. I don't know. I like the way that, like, phrase sounds a lot. No, Jackal. Metaton is not still at the puzzle in Snowden. I don't remember exactly when he's gone. He's at the very least gone by the time you see him again. I think he's gone even sooner than that, though. I think he's gone by the time, like, I think if you go back to Snowden before you go into Alphys's lab, Metaton is not there. That is what I believe. A substitution? You mean use a different, non-human ingredient? Why?
What if someone's...
Note the pause.
vegan?
Alphys isn't really sure of her argument, so she makes one up. So this is cool because a lot of people like note that you couldn't use the milk and eggs in it still if it was actually vegan, but they don't think that's relevant. They think that's either the game or Alphys just screwing up, but it's entirely relevant. That's entirely purposeful that she says vegan there. What's the matter? Not a can fan? That's too bad. MTT brand uses only the freshest artificial ingredients and chemicals. Right.
Is it really a good idea to be getting a stack? Well, I guess I really shouldn't judge you. After all, I'm the one eating potato chips in my PJs. I mean, hey, go over to the right. Hey, head over to the right.
Still fiddling with that microwave, eh, darling? Can't blame you for being totally enamored with an electronic box. It's the oven. Looks like someone forgot to preheat it. Now notice he's throwing out the milk, sugar, flour, and eggs, so that's getting fun. The eggs also pop open when you hit them. Now, the one thing I would say game design-wise on this, I think you should probably be forced to like automatically start this encounter on the middle here, because it's not obvious that you can move through the middle to most people. Well, I don't know about most, but many. I should say many people rather than most. But yeah, many people do not realize you can walk through the middle here and then kind of get frustrated with this a little bit. So I think a simple way to do that would like simply like when the jetpack activates, you end up appearing right in the middle. He's like fly. What is he doing? Wait, is he broken?
What? Why aren't you moving? No, I must not have had enough.
Look at Metaton. Especially at the double speed, man. He's flying all over the place. It's amazing looking.
Darn it. I'm sorry. Even when it's something like this, I still...
Oh no! Would you look at that?
What?
I forgot. Right about now is when we have our commercial break.
What are you...
Unfortunately, that means no one is watching right now. I'm not going to destroy you without a live television audience. Looks like you foiled me once again, thanks to the brilliant Dr. Alphys. I love how, like, on top of this, Metaton is.
I guess we... did it? Well, anyway, let's keep heading forward.
That's great if you're a microwave. Oh, there was Flowey, by the way. Strangely warm. Hot fridge! The greatest invention! It's a specifically regular size sink. How's it going, buddy?
Alphys might work faster. But the old royal scientist, Dr. W.D. Gaster, one day he vanished without a trace. They say he is shattered across time and space. Haha, how can I say so without fear? I'm holding a piece of him right here.
So for whoever earlier was talking about how there was no they didn't think there was any actual in-game mentions of Gaster. There you go. That was a shattered ghost. Shattered ghost of the past, I guess, is probably the easiest way to describe it, Star Wars guy. So it's a... let's just make it simple. It's slightly more complicated than this, but it's a 1% chance you will see them on a given run. How's it going, Inferno McBurns a lot? Pains me, but we're gonna not talk to you. Hey buddy, what's up? Wanna buy an illegal hot dog? It's only 30G. Thanks kid, here's your apostrophe dog. Yeah, apostrophe dog. It's short for hot dog. Another H dog? Here you go. Whoops, I'm actually out of hot dogs. Here, you can have a hot cat instead. Another dog coming right up. You really like hot animals, don't you? Hey, I'm not judging. I'd be out of job without folks like you. Cool. Here's that apostrophe dog. Apostrophe dog. That's right. It's short for apostrophe dog. Which is, in turn, short for... Another one? Okay. Careful. If you eat too many hot dogs, you'll probably get huge like me. Huge isn't super popular, I mean. I'm practically a hot dog tycoon now. Thanks, kid. Here's your hot dog. You threw the hot dog on the ground like the piece of trash it is. I love the random different drop messages too. Just adds a little more pizzazz to it, and it can also make you think it's meaningful when you get them too. You're holding too much. I guess I'll just put it on your head. Here's another hot dog. It's on the house. Well, no. It's on you. Here, have fun. Keep going way off the screen. I'll be frank with you. As much as I like putting hot dogs in your head, 30 is just an excessive number. 29, now that's fine, but 30. Does it look like my arms can reach that high? Sorry, 30 is the limit on head dogs. No, God. Those hot dog bouncing physics, yo. It's the kind of everyday death force field you see at home. So here's an interesting contrast in the game too. Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, so I'll be MIA for a bit. I'm sure you can handle this puzzle yourself. She's going down to the lab to feed the amalgamates right now. So this is a specifically kind of interesting spot in the game because it gives you the stark contrast where Alphys has been sitting here solving the puzzles for you for like all of Hotland up to this point, and then this puzzle's actually kind of difficult for a lot of people. So it gives a very, very stark contrast, which is kind of interesting to play with and worth noting game design wise. Bad opinion. That's right. This area is called the Bad Opinion Zone. I love it. So, interesting note here is, once again, you kind of see this throughout the entire game, but this is a specific, more blatant example of the mechanics supporting the narrative. So you'll see, like, team attack. They'll, be attacking. Look at the attack patterns. They're making perfectly straight, normal attacks here. But as we start to clear away the cooling dust, But watch the attacks now. So obviously RG01's kind of freaking out with his sprite there, but watch the attacks. Dude, look at his attacks are erratic. They're going off screen. He can't focus on his attacks anymore. Oh, they still attack you if you check him again though. That's kind of weird, actually. All right, yeah, sure. We'll do his Gunther ass. 02, but why? 01 doesn't know what to do. You tell 01 to be honest with his feelings. 02, this is like for you. Music stays silent. 01 holds his head in his hands. So not that much different, but a little different. His defense is still all the way down from being in surrender mode. That's kind of weird, but... dot 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 with a spare. That's really the only response there. Wow, you go from 1 to 6 love killing the Royal Guards. I guess that makes sense though, because it has to scale up. Yeah, but they don't know what humans like. But they don't know what humans look like, Minarl. Like no one except like Asgore and Gerson and Toriel is known to have seen a human in their lifetimes. I guess Alphys has from watching anime, sort of. So she has an idea what a human looks like, I guess. Yeah, so Alphys knows what a human looks like. No, DJ Brandon, none of these monsters were alive when the first human fell. That was like hundreds of years ago. Like Papyrus and stuff is like, is that a human and stuff? Things along those lines. Like he doesn't know what a human is or what it looks like, and like monsters in general are just like treating you like just normal. They're not like the bullet pattern. Like they're not actually attacking you for the most part. Like they're that's like kind of how they express themselves. It doesn't hurt other monsters. The bullet patterns. I skipped through that. I didn't actually realize that was where I knew some text was gonna change somewhere, but I didn't remember it was here. So what he just saw there, instead of saying "psych, gotcha, bro," he said, "Whew, I guess I was under mind control. What was I just saying?" So he says he pulls back that mind control reference there. It's all a blur, dude. Whoops. I love this. As per journalistic standards, a death force field surrounds the area of intrigue. I am honored to be in the presence of such a huge lukewarm water fan, folks. Attention viewers! Our correspondent has found a glass of water. But what's astonishing about this glass of water is how uninteresting it is. Like all glasses of water, it's comprised of water, glass, nitroglycerin. Wait a second. That's not a glass of water. That's a bomb. Oh no, this news report is turning into a disaster report. Ooh la la, this video game you found is dynamite. Though I don't make an appearance in it until 3/4 in. But I like that. Appearing from the heavens like manna, slaking the audience's hunger for gorgeous robots. Ooh, that's Metaton. And then, of course, you get a second bit of dialogue if you look at each one again. Ah, you understand! This is a game where you should check everything twice! I love that, of course. Attention viewers, our correspondent has found a video game! This action-packed game is guaranteed to blow you away! Strange enemies, strange allies, attractive robots, featuring up to 6 arbitrary dialogue choices at once! I like that a lot. There's a few, like, it's funny, like, the meta or fourth wall stuff in this game is used either for, like, humor reasons, which is actually fairly rare, or for, like, legitimate story reasons. I guess they were right all along! Video games do cause violence! Brave correspondent, if you don't defuse all the bombs, this big bomb will blow you to smithereens in 2 minutes! So, the charade starts getting more and more blatant as we go on. Here we have a bomb that's labeled 5 minutes, and he says 2 minutes, and the actual amount of time you have is 3 minutes. As many of you already know, the timer is very rigged, so it starts off with 120 seconds, starts counting down normally, and then probably just like the last, well, no, it ramps up, but like, let's say between 60 and 30 seconds that actually takes, instead of 30 seconds, maybe that takes 40 seconds or 45 seconds, and then the last 30 seconds take like almost maybe a minute and 15 seconds, something like that. So the timer starts going really, really slowly. But yeah, I mean, I love like kind of the story here, right? Like they like everything's kind of done haphazardly. So they're like, the big bomb will explode in 5 minutes or whatever. So they wrote 5 on the thing, and then they like changed it in their dialogue to be 2 minutes. But then like as that's getting close, like look, 7 seconds, tick, 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 6 seconds, tick, tick, tick. 5 seconds. They realize like they're trying to like stretch it out to give you enough time to do everything. So I believe it ends up being about 3 minutes in practice. But this is another thing that not everybody necessarily knows about, is that if you it's harder to do with that weapon, but you can there you go. You can fight to defuse the bombs also. Will I ever get all of the dialogue out of this game personally? No, Baxter, no. That's not something that will ever come close to happening.
Great job! Head for the center. There's one left there.
For example, there's at least 2 or 3 other pieces of dialogue right on that exact spot for the last bomb left, depending on where the last bomb is. And of course, you can also check all the bombs, and they say a few different things. You really should have rented it first. You failed to defuse all of the bombs within 3 minutes! So, important note, he changes the text to 3 minutes now instead of 2 minutes.
Boy, that was close, huh? I guess a little closer than I would have liked. Should have given you better directions. And there just wasn't enough time. Well, that's Metaton's fault, not mine. I can't second-guess myself now. I'm finally starting to feel confident about guiding you. I'll protect you from that mean old robot, no matter what. If I have to, I'll even turn... never mind. We're over halfway to the core. Let's go.